we've come down to Cedars just to show you what's happening at the moment. So obviously the bridge is well and truly underwater. I don't want to scare anyone, but we've had some information from a good source that there may be heights with floodwater that's rivaling 2010-2011 floods.
Rising floodwaters along the Burnett River pushed the city of Bundaberg into a dangerous emergency as days of relentless rain across Queensland drove the river toward major flood levels, threatening homes, businesses, and forcing urgent evacuation warnings.
How's it going, everyone? It's Glenn from the Burnett River Clean. It's the 10th of March and it's around about 1 in the afternoon. I'm just down here in a bit of a back eddy in this flood water, and you can see how quick that water out there is racing through. There's just tree trunks everywhere, and I came in through the caravan park here.
Emergency alerts spread quickly across Bundaberg as officials urged residents to prepare for immediate evacuation. Door-knocking operations began, while authorities warned that thousands of people could face isolation if floodwaters continued rising overnight.
Nate, get...
Community leaders warned that once the city's 2 major bridges were closed, large neighborhoods could become completely cut off. Around 10,000 residents were expected to be isolated for several days as waters surrounded parts.
Coming over now at the bottom, so it's much more. Before, the tide was coming in and now it's going out, isn't it? Is that right?
It's like about 3 foot out of the water, so yeah, it just goes to show the force in this water. That water out there is absolutely screaming through, but you can see it's just absolutely ridiculous, and it's only going to get worse.
Local officials issued stark warnings that remaining in flood-prone homes could place lives in danger. Residents were urged to leave early, move to higher ground, and secure essential supplies before transport routes disappeared. The Burnett River continued rising toward a forecast peak near 7.5 meters, making it one of the largest floods in the city for more than a decade, with potential widespread damage. Flood forecasts suggested that more than 400 homes and businesses could face inundation if the river continued rising. Authorities warned hundreds of properties across the city might experience significant water damage.
Pero the breeze ni pakantar po na san. Wala ta karawihan na rin. Urwag ginok. Mari.
Just see the road on the other side coming out.
Emergency services launched a major response across Bundaberg as conditions deteriorated. State emergency service volunteers, police units, swift water rescue teams, helicopters, and additional crews were deployed to assist residents.
Afternoon everyone, just thought I'd come down and do another live, show you how it's going.
Flooding also threatened to cut electricity and disrupt transport across the region. Officials warned isolated neighborhoods could struggle to access food, clean water, and medical supplies, while road closures remained in place. More than 100 emergency call-outs were recorded as floodwaters spread through low-lying areas. Authorities repeatedly warned drivers not to attempt crossing flooded roads, which can become deadly within minutes.
Anyway, I'm not going to mess around out in this kind of stuff. It's a bit too dangerous. I did come out because there was a pod floating down half full of fuel and it was just lingering around out here, so I grabbed it and took it in. But you can see all the rubbish building up in the mangroves just there alone, and it's a shame, but there's not much we can do about it now except just hope that nobody gets hurt and go from there. Anyway, if you like the post, please follow the page and there'll be more to come in the future. Thanks.
Emergency evacuation centers were opened as families packed belongings and sought safer shelter. Volunteers and local responders worked through the community, helping residents move valuables, reinforce homes, and prepare for worsening flooding.
Let's come on back up again. I'll come up now.
I saw you walking in the
So
rain
does that
with your
guy
dad.
Was that the guy that was living on his boat, or was that further down?
There's been that many come and go.
very vividly, but the 2010-2011 floods also caused a lot of damage and a lot of chaos. I'm struggling with internet connection, so I'm hoping that you guys can hear me. As I said, I don't want to scare you guys, but maybe just make sure that you have something in place.
Some residents rushed to stack sandbags and move furniture above expected water levels. Streets across vulnerable neighborhoods saw constant movement as families attempted to protect homes before evacuation orders expanded. Agricultural regions surrounding Bundaberg were also severely affected by the expanding floodwaters. Reports indicated that nearly 1,000 livestock had already been lost as farms and rural properties became submerged. Authorities warned that the Burnett River could approach heights similar to the destructive flood remembered by residents for years. Forecasts suggested water levels near the Bundaberg gauge might surge toward dangerous major flood territory again. Officials monitored river gauges continuously, while additional water releases from upstream storage facilities increased downstream flow. Residents were urged to remain alert, follow emergency advice, and prepare for prolonged flooding conditions.